What is up, y'all, and welcome back to the Raggedy Pack. Today, we're back at it again with Vinland Saga Season 2, and we're going to be reacting to Episode 15. In the last episode, we learned a lot about Gardar and Arnhei's past, how they lived a pretty modest life in a village. They weren't rich, but they weren't really wanting anything either, but something came along that resulted in fighting over iron in a swamp, which resulted in the men of the village, fighting for the resources as they viewed it the best option. Because if they didn't take it, someone else was, and it was going to they claimed it was going to disrupt the power balance. Whether or not that was, that seemed to be Gardar's intentions, but whether or not everyone in the village shared that same idea, or if it was more greed, I don't think we really know. Regardless, it ended up leaving the village defenseless while all the men were gone, and then a bunch of Vikings came, and which the end result was both Arnheid and Gardar falling into slavery, and years later now, being reunited, with Gardar killing his old master and coming after Arnheid. This led to a lot of this led to Arnheid being pretty split, because we not only found out, not only that happened, but we found out that she's pregnant with Kettle's kid. And she's basically debating between, she was basically going in the direction of prioritizing this kid's life, who would live, what she believes would live a quiet life on the farm, but she still had that spark of her old love with her. Granted, we know it's coming, so what she envisions the life of the kid with Kettle would be may not come to fruition if Canute has anything to say about it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Besides that, we learned a little bit more of Sverkel and Kettle's past, about how they pretty much were kind of powerless at some point, and Kettle's first wife from long ago got basically just kind of taken from him and died, which honestly is probably a big motivation for his character. I don't know how many of you know about this, but on Twitter, the author for Vinland Saga kind of tweets out when episodes come out, and posts some of his own thoughts, and he basically was kind of talking about how during this time it's very much debacle, fights are, these sorts of issues are kind of settled, and basically whoever has the most power is gonna win at the end of the day, which essentially it turns into a main motivator for Kettle for expanding his farm, because he doesn't really want to be pushed around, and we also know he abhors violence, which is another motivator for his character.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides that, what are your thoughts on the last episode? How do you feel about what we learned?
Well, I think we were talking about this last week, but I don't know exactly what Arnheid's going to do. I mean, we saw her leaving out of the house after Sverkel gave her some nice life advice, and she was going to visit Gardar. So yeah, I mean, I feel like she definitely still has a soft spot for him, even after all that happened in their past life. And I also had made a theory last week about their son that they lost. They got taken by the Vikings, that he was still out there somewhere, and he might be part of Canute's army. But I think one or several of our comments have mentioned how not that much time had passed for him to really be old enough at that point. So I'm gonna go ahead and say he's not a part of the army, but he could still be out there somewhere. I don't know if they're ever gonna reunite with him, but that's just tragic, man. And as for this kid that she's pregnant with, I don't know, if Kettle's gonna die and she's gonna end up having to raise it alone, if she's gonna raise it with Gardar. I at this point, no one's safe, man. She could even die while pregnant, because war is coming.
What's coming.
And this episode is called Storm. Last episode was the calm before the storm, or I forgot the actual episode name, but this is the storm, so that has me worried.
Yeah, honestly, when you're talking about the theory about their first kid, I forget their name.
It was like was it Ragnar? No, that's
Ragnar.
That's from
I think it was Hjalti.
Yeah, I got Mandalorian mixed up with it.
They got Vikings and Mandalorian?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. But honestly, going through this show again, I really didn't know like how old Arnheid was, because she kind of gives off a very kind of mature tone. So I could see her being like in her mid-30s, but I guess for this sort of setting, it would make sense to purchase a younger girl, as twisted as that is. So, and I also didn't know how much time had passed between what happened between Arnheid and Garter in the past versus where we are now. I didn't know how long she was a slave, but honestly, thinking about it now, when we first saw her be like, when Einar first met her, I saw her on the cart, that might have been like when she first came onto the farm, honestly. So
yeah,
they've pretty much been on the farm for a very similar period of time, which is about 3 years. So when Garter was talking about how like Hjalti must be grown up by now, really the most he could probably have been, if he was like 1 or 2 in the flashback, he could be like about 5 or so. Yeah. And I think overall, I think Arnheid might be in her mid-20s or so.
Okay.
So pretty much similar age as both Einar and Thorfinn. I think, granted, I think they're both a little bit, or at least Thorfinn's a bit younger.
Yeah.
I don't think you're cooking with that theory. I'm not gonna lie. I
felt like it was cooking, but I just forgot an ingredient, and it was like a vital ingredient. So I ended up burning the dish, like you with your pancakes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cause like, besides what's been happening on the farm, there hasn't been like a well-established timeline for some of the characters. So I mean, again, like I said, I don't know how I didn't fully remember how old Arnheid was, and also one thing I wanted to mention, there were like a few scenes throughout the show, but also in this last episode, that were anime original. I guess just to give a bit more context and background behind some characters. I don't know if the scene with like the flashback scene, I think that was in the manga, but the flashback with Sverkel, I don't remember that fully. So that might be new content. He might have just said that like we might just gotten his words, but without like the full background of what had happened. But it was definitely cool to see them build on the characters more.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, besides that, are you ready to see what Arnheid's plan is to visiting Gardar?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Before we get into it, please consider dropping a like and subscribing if you enjoy our content. It really does mean a lot to us, and it helps us out. Check out our other videos if you want to, and check out our Patreon if you want exclusive content in the form of full-length reactions to all our videos and early access of some series we have going on the channel right now. Besides that, check out our socials, check out our Discord, come in there and interact with us, and yeah. That being said, let's get into it.
Let's go.
I love this opening.
It's beautiful.
Any show we just do on the channel, it's like every episode we just gush about the opening being good. I also like the symbolism, like they have like little pyres being built.
What do the butterflies symbolize? Freedom?
I don't know. I was thinking maybe change. I don't know. What do butterflies symbolize?
Well, yeah, they do change, like metamorphosis in the cocoon, but also like being free, flying around. Think of Butterfree from Pokemon.
Okay. I don't know. Anytime I see butterflies, I just think of Melania.
Oh, God.
Also, pyres is not the right word I was looking for. Like, they build like wooden effigies in the, like kind of like the shape of a person.
Yeah. Oh, Dark Cloud. Oh yeah, last episode was called Dark Clouds, huh? What's he gonna do?
My man's
Looks
about
a
to
little
fall.
flustered there.
Yeah.
But the boss said.
He's a simple man.
What, that's Cap?
It's gotta be tough to see you.
Yeah. Oh god.
Well,
oh my god, this guy.
yeah. I remember this shit.
It's a trap. Oh my god.
Okay.
He's still going.
Yeah.
Man, I got chills.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, he had good intentions.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, what's about to happen?
Oh god. Oh fuck. Damn. He pulled out the Gabimaru.
Well, there goes his neck. Oh.
Didn't quite get it clean through. Or did he?
Is he gonna make it inside and sell the others?
Oh,
Or
fuck.
is he gonna drop?
Well,
I think he's dead.
damn.
Oh, he got a good
Damn.
bite. Made his neck look like a sandwich.
He's hungry.
Oh my god. And now he's gonna
Yeah, you're
have
not
the
gonna
sword.
get much far.
She can cut him
Can
free.
cut the. Yeah. Everything's coming together.
The
What now?
storm. That works too. What's she gonna do?
Before, she was talking about just waiting out the storm, but is she gonna act now?
Oh, I see cut rope. Alright.
Oh, fuck. Well, that's like 4 more men down.
Oh, he's pissed.
We gotta be close.
Couldn't have made it too far.
But where do they hide?
Oh, Snake's on a warpath. He's coming.
I mean, it's crazy how all this is just a precursor. Well, about that. I know it's all about it.
Yeah.
But how do you do something like that?
自分の経験したことしかわからないが、俺が殺してしまった人たち。彼らの霊が毎晩のように現れて、俺を責め苛むんだ。
Damn.
なぜ殺した？
That's
父
intense.
を殺され、あんなにも怒り、恨んだお前が。
でも、その地をどうやって守るんだ？
It's got a point.
俺だって戦争は嫌いだ。
平和のために戦争してちゃ意味がない。そんなんじゃ、あの殺し合いの地獄からは抜け出せない。
So what's the answer then?
夢みたいな話
No
は
idea.
夢みたいなままか。バイキングでさえ来れないような、
Mm.
そんな仲間外れの人間のための土地。
Does this sound familiar?
Yeah. At the end of season 1, I think we were talking about, was it Vinland?
海の彼方まで逃げ切ったら、
Yeah.
そこには何があるのかしら。
遥かな西、海の向こ
Here
う。
it goes.
He knows. He remembers.
どんな
It's been a long
権
time
力も届
coming.
かない。どんな奴隷商人も知らない水平線のずっと向こうの地。子供の頃、レイフという船乗りに
A boy
その
Leaf.
話を聞かせてもらったんだ。
You got those waves.
豊かな土地が広がっていると手つかずの大地があるそうだ。
Alright, the storm's passed. Officially.
気をつけろ。手強いぞ。
What?
Guess they're just searching the stables for Gardar and Arnhide.
ガラクタが多すぎてわからねえ。
Oh no, that's their home, bro. Chill.
Yeah. It's fucked up. I'm surprised Snake isn't out there looking for him.
Yeah. Well, he looks very
He
serious,
is
though.
pissed though, yeah. That's the most, I mean, he's lost like 5 men altogether now.
Yeah.
God damn. Definitely a bit of a slower episode, but it's still worthwhile.
Yeah. I mean, you essentially start out in the first half with Arnhide visiting Gardar, and we figured out what decision she made. She let him free. Just everyone that was there dead. You know, you have cut off hands, blood everywhere. Gardar is wounded though, so
Yeah.
I imagine
On top
they'll
of his previous
eventually
wounds.
find him. Yeah, probably leaving a trail of blood behind, but I don't know. He has Arnhide with him. She might have him bandaged up. Either way, it's going to make you move slower than if you're not wounded. Second half of the episode, very dialogue heavy. All of the dialogue, as always, beautifully written, impactful. And now that Thorfinn is kind of fleshing out his plans of how he wants to make a peaceful world without war, I think his idea is a lot better than Canute's, because he's like, I'll settle for just one place where there, you know, there's no need to have swords, there's no war or violence. And then he remembers what Leif Erikson was telling him about Vinland, which I hope they have a reunion on the farm, because I imagine Leif, yeah, he is coming over as well, right? I remember.
Yeah, Leaf's on the, it's, yeah.
Him and Thorfinn too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully they get to talk again, and he gets to give Thorfinn, you know, he tells them where to actually go, like which direction to sail if they do end up going there this season, or I don't know if it's going to be next season. I do imagine they'll get there at some point. But yeah, man, it was just fantastic. And we learned even more about how Thorfinn feels in regards to killing people. He says he can't even handle another one because like the weight is still weighing him down so heavy, and he has to make amends. You know, all the wheat he's trampled, he has to plant more wheat with his own hands. All the houses he's burned, he has to build more with his own hands. As for the people he's killed, I mean, I guess he has to like have some children. I don't I don't know the remedy for that one.
Basically, you know, it's huge, because essentially it's him saying it's not enough to like not kill anyone else from here on out or do any more harm. He basically has to, him atoning is basically him basically putting out more good than all the harm he's done in the world. So yeah, leading all to the idea of going to like to Vinland and basically creating a new like a new place for people to live, people who are in a very similar mindset of him.
Yeah. The outcasts, I believe.
Yeah,
they call
he
them.
said outcasts. Yeah. Another huge thing was like basically him talking about like Nordic culture and stuff and how they war is seen as something that brings glory and
They want
wealth.
valor and wealth, yeah.
So it's like he can't change that ideology of so many people. So again, like the idea is he takes all the people who don't follow that train of thought to someplace new where basically they'd be untouched from that for granted not like eternity, but for a good amount of time. Hopefully, and hopefully it blossoms into something better.
And I guess his defense against the Vikings that would come, or Canute or anyone, is that it's really far away and difficult to get to. So if they're there, like the chance of someone coming over there is slim, but it could still happen.
Yeah, in terms of people that we know who have done the trek, it's only been Leif Erikson so far.
Yeah.
So if they get Leif on board on a either time location or he guides them with them, that's how they start. Because no one else at this point in time really knows that another continent exists on the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just a huge eventual goal for Thorfinn. But the now with what's going to happen now?
Yeah. There's just so much crazy stuff going on that, like, every episode I come into, like, the tension is high because I'm expecting Canute to pull up on the shore at any moment. You still got Gardar out there, and now Snake's, mad at him. I imagine, like, if they do get to a point where Snake's about to kill him, that's when Canute's forces are going to attack, and they're going to have to kind of put that on hold while they deal with that problem, because there's a lot more, like those 32 Thanes. That's a much bigger problem than one man.
If Canute, Snake's 13 men are diminishing very quickly as well.
So what does he have, 9 now?
I'd be at like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
So it's the chances of success are kind of getting smaller in each episode, and it's just one man taking them out.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe Thorfinn, with his newfound ideologies, will be able to talk to him, give him some wisdom, cause a little war amongst themselves, kind of convert some of Canute's forces to the farm side. It seems unlikely, but I don't really see how else you win that fight except running and just leaving the farm.
Thorfinn goes up to Canute with that idea, I can change him.
Thorfinn goes up to Canute, 1v1 me, bro, for everything.
For the farm.
For the farm.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how things play out.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or
no? I
should I
think
roll
we
the
got.
outro?
I think we got the 2 major points for this episode. I think we're good.
Yeah. All right then. So I can't wait till next week's episode, but unfortunately we're gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
Another 7 days. But yeah, if you like our content, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. It really does help out, and it means a lot to us. Check out our other videos. Check out our Patreon as well if you want more content. 2-week early access and full-length reactions on there. Check out our socials as well. We're trying to put more on those every day. And yeah, Discord as well. If you want to come in there and talk to us, talk about Vinland Saga and the other shows going on, or just how your day was. But yeah, with all that being said, we'll see you in the next one.
See you then.
Yeah. All right then. So I can't wait till next week's episode, but unfortunately we're gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
Another 7 days. But yeah, if you like our content, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. It really does help out, and it means a lot to us. Check out our other videos. Check out our Patreon as well if you want more content. 2-week early access and full-length reactions on there. Check out our socials as well. We're trying to put more on those every day. And yeah, Discord as well. If you want to come in there and talk to us, talk about Vinland Saga, any other shows going on, or just how your day was. But yeah, with all that being said, we'll see you in the next one.
See you then.